Astronomers were horrified to discover that they had captured a 50-year-old video of Earth from the deep, dark reaches of the universe. What was truly terrifying, however, was the content of the message. It showed Hitler presiding over the opening ceremony of the Berlin Olympics. This was clearly a message sent to humanity by an extraterrestrial civilization. It's important to note that Hitler was a war criminal during World War II, and many high-ranking officials strongly suspected that the aliens sending such a message were declaring war on Earth. Many hoped that scientists would not respond, as the message originated from Vega, 26 light-years away. If an advanced civilization pinpointed Earth's location, the consequences would be unimaginable. However, Annie suddenly explained that when the aliens sent this message, World War II had not yet begun on Earth. They might not necessarily be hostile towards humans, but rather choosing to greet us in a friendly manner. Just as everyone was unsure of the aliens' true intentions, the scientists made another major discovery. They found that the video recording was not simply 25 frames, but a staggering 50 frames. After combining the frames, they discovered that the footage held a significant revelation. Each frame contained a vast amount of numerical information, seemingly complex formulas spanning over 63,000 pages. At this moment, Annie excitedly believed that the aliens had transformed all the secrets of the universe into mathematical formulas, telling humans how to create high technology. The world's most formidable decoding teams worked day and night, performing millions of permutations and combinations, but they could not decipher what these numbers meant. That is, until a mysterious person named Jack contacted Annie. Unexpectedly, he had unlocked the secret. It turned out that to understand these numerical formulas, one had to think like the advanced civilization, not limited to lower-level thinking. In fact, by transforming these pages into a three-dimensional structure, the meaning could be understood. Finally, through the integration of Annie and numerous teams, the more than 60,000 pages of numerical formulas became an engineering blueprint. It turned out that the alien civilization had provided humans with the basic framework for constructing a machine to travel through time and space, inviting humans to use these formulas to build a transmission tool to visit them. However, some leaders believed that what they would be building was a doomsday machine that would explode once completed, ultimately leading to the extinction of humanity and allowing the aliens to occupy Earth. Annie, on the other hand, believed that the other party was merely extending a friendly invitation for humans to visit their planet. If they wanted to destroy Earth, they would have done so already. Thus, for the sake of exploring civilization, the nation's top leaders decided to build the machine to see what it actually was. People around the world also began the candidate selection process, considering who should go to represent all the people on Earth. Annie, being the first to discover the alien civilization, had an exceptionally high approval rating. However, when someone asked Annie if she believed in God, she could not answer. As a person who revered science, she firmly believed in seeing is believing. It's important to note that 95% of the global population held a belief in some kind of deity, but Annie's response disappointed people. In the end, Annie lost to a science advisor named Matt. He would take humanity's faith with him to visit the alien civilization. As time passed, the time-traversing machine, valued at over $300 billion, was finally completed. People from all over the world gathered to witness this historic moment. Matt was prepared for everything. However, he knew that once he boarded this machine to travel to Vega, he would experience 4 years, while 50 years would pass on Earth. His loved ones would pass away one after another. But for the sake of exploring a new civilization, Matt had already said his goodbyes to his family in advance. Just as Matt and the staff were about to test the machine, Annie suddenly noticed something strange.